Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Insights in Tarot. This is a special Friday night. Is it Friday? No, Thursday night. So happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving over there, right, guys?
It is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
And yeah, I'm maybe past Thanksgiving for me, but I can still celebrate it along with you guys. So I'm glad to be here. And the main purpose for me doing this strange Thursday night episode is because I'm just about $5 shy of reaching my threshold on YouTube, which is $100, so I can get paid next month. So anything I earn in the month of November is I'll get paid next month. So I'm hoping later on, after when we get to the messages part or where you can ask questions, I'm asking anybody out there who can spare $5 for a super chat, help me reach that threshold. But until then, I want to talk about this film, The Age of Discovery, which I watched just the other day, and it's on Amazon Prime. But I didn't watch it there because I have a special way of getting free stuff. Uh, and so, and that got me thinking. Like, I know. Let me see. Stacy, do you have Prime?
I have prom, yes.
Mm. But Sheree, you don't have Prime, right?
Not at this time, no.
Yeah. But even if you do have Prime, it's $20 to rent it and $25 to buy it. Well, I'm going to be making it possible for you guys to see it for free. And I'm going to talk about that in the members only after this. But before that, I figured I'd come on and let me read you this blurb about it. The Age of Disclosure is a 2025 documentary directed and produced by a fellow named Dan Farrah, who's known for producing Ready Player One, which I think that's a sci-fi film. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Shannon, you're spot on with the $10 super chat. It sure does. And now I can relax and I don't have to worry about it. So I can
And
kind of
that's that's
get in.
Canadian dollars too. That's Canadian dollars. I'm not sure what that converts to American dollars, but
Things like $7, which
that's
hey,
awesome. Thank you,
yeah,
Shannon.
yeah. And so okay, so yeah, this guy uh, what's his name? Dan Farrah, who I'd never heard of before. I'm pretty sure I saw this movie. The Shannara Chronicles is like a TV show. I saw that. It was kind of low budget, but I still enjoy it because I liked the Shannara Chronicles, which was a book, one of the very first books I read.
Which was
Uh,
great. I loved it. Yeah.
oh, really? Did you read The Sword of Shannara
Oh, heck yeah.
and the Shannara Stones? Oh my God. I didn't think anybody knew those books.
Oh,
I've
heck
never heard
yeah.
of it.
Oh, I loved it.
Okay, so
I
real
told
quick,
you.
yeah, real quick. First book I ever read in my life was Star Wars, then The Hobbit, and then Lord of the Rings. By the way, as you guys know, I'm dyslexic. I could not read until I was like 12 years old. I couldn't read a Hardy Boys book, which all my friends were reading at the time. I just couldn't get through a book. Star Wars came out, read Star Wars. It blew my mind. I read the book, then I read The Hobbit, and then I read The Lord of the Rings. So I went from basically a second grade reading level to reading British literature. But The Sword of Shannara was the fifth book I read, and that book's 750 pages, right, Sheree? It's like this thick. Anyways, loved the book. And I got off on a tangent. So he produced these shows. I recommend the Shannara Chronicles. They're pretty good. Okay, so it features interviews with government insiders and explores claims about the extraterrestrial cover-ups. The film was released on Amazon Prime and has a limited theatrical series. It has received mixed reviews, with some praising the presentation and others questioning its conclusion. Of course they are. Okay. So first thing I thought of was who's Dan Farah? What's his agenda? MJ Squirrel, glad to see you here. And so yeah, what's the motive? Now, I saw the film, and I have to say that it's probably the best disclosure, like UFO, UAP, ET. They refer to them as aliens. We know that the good guys don't like to be called aliens. It's probably the best one I've ever seen. Um, it validates those of us who have been saying that this is a really going on, that we've been visited. I've been saying it pretty much my whole life. I, w- I was probably 10 years old when I saw Chariots of Fire, even though a lot of the stuff in that's been kind of debunked. Um, but it fired my imagination. Then right after that, I saw Star Wars, and I'm thinking, of course there are other civilizations out there, and of course these UFOs are real. My parents had seen UFOs, and that was a story that they told us. I saw my own UFOs. The first time was in the mid 90s. Saw one out here above my house, and I had a while back when I first mentioned that I believed that there were ETs like infiltrating our government, stuff like that. Told a very close family member of mine, my cousin, who scoffed and berated me and derided me and just stopped being my friend, stopped talking to me just because I said it was possible that this was true. So this is vindication for us.
Yeah.
Well, I
Uh,
always asked him why we were so conceited to think that we were the only life in an infinite universe.
my only problem with it, Sheree, was the distances that we were told that are between stars and what it would take. And even though I'm a layperson, and like I said, all my scientists would friends would tell you that I'm not a scientist, but I like to follow the scientific, you know, principles. And yeah, it just seemed impossible, which I came to the conclusion a long time ago that they were either time travelers, us from the future who figured out how to travel through time, um, or demons and angels of some sort, or they were really, or they were from like inner Earth, or from parts of the Earth that have been unexplored. And by the way, I came up with this conclusion like 40 years ago. That's when I came up with that. So so
And
yeah,
I think
so
all of the above,
oh, I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Sheree?
all of the all of the above is very possible.
Correct. Right, because they this phenomenon spans such a wide you know uh, uh, the way it comes about. I mean, it could be all of them, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so one conclusion that I came to after watching this film was that they it seems to be trying to set us up for the fake alien invasion, the blue beam, um, you know, hoax, where they're going to try to maybe cause chaos and you know, it kind of like what they tried to do with COVID, and that kind of backfired on them because it ended up waking a bunch of people up. If that's what they're doing now, if that's what they're planning now, it's going to wake even more people up. Excuse me, dog. You got to move.
Mm-hmm.
My dog's on my feet. Um, so this is the question I have. What is the true purpose or agenda behind releasing this film? I think the first thing I'm going to do is look at this guy, Dan Farah. Um, why is it so centered? So I'm going to ask the cards what it can tell us about him, his uh, his intentions, his hidden intentions, his the you know who may be backing him, who's behind him. Is he independent? Is he truly independent, or has somebody is somebody financing him and propping him up, and maybe he's just a puppet for this other agenda which I mentioned.
Can you make the
And
card view any bigger, Scott?
oh, yep, I sure can. That's why I have
It's
you here, Stacy, to
it's
keep me.
it's teeny tiny.
Yeah, yep. And I get so caught up in things I forget to do stuff like that. Okay,
It's
here we go.
okay.
All right, and I want to give these cards a really good shuffle. I want to show everybody that I'm shuffling well. That makes four and five. That's enough. Come on, buddy. Alrighty. So the first read's going to be on Dan Farrer. The first card's going to be his inner thoughts, things that he may be hiding, or or not so much hiding, but what he's truly thinking. Okay, his true purpose.
And Dan's the producer of the Disclosure
Yeah,
film.
Dan Farrer.
Okay.
Okay, cut. So this first card represents him, and this card is like the internal workings. Okay, that's a good card. That's that's a seven of pentacles. That's a good card for this. The next card is going to be forces or people or things that are outside of him that are influencing him. Oh, the Empress. Another
Wow.
good card. She's wholesome. She's abundant. So one of the things that came out from this film, which I think is one of the which is what I have said is going to be the thing that changes the world the most, is free energy. They also talk
Mm,
about things like teleportation and warping space and time. Oh, this card is um, who's behind it, who's backing it. Like it maybe or there's some dark forces like politics or something that's financing this. However, it's the Judgment card, which is a great awakening. The great so this is looking like the real deal. Okay, now here's the card that's going to be any secrets, anything that's been hidden from us that we should know about. No, the truth. So
wow.
actually, what's been hidden from us is the truth about UAPs and the ETs. And this is the final the outcome, what we can expect. Unfortunately, I think that could be. It's gonna separate the people who are on the fence are gonna choose a side, and
Mm-hmm.
many of them are going to feel that this is not true. I think so. The burden of evidence is on when you make an extraordinary claims, you need extraordinary evidence. So the burden of evidence is on those of us who are trying to prove it. Why the two of pentacles though? Because people are going to have to make a decision. You're going to have
Whether
to
to believe
come
it or not.
down
Yeah.
on one side or another, and there are going to be those. And I'm guessing there are going to be some people. like the cousin that I mentioned. There's no amount of evidence that's gonna convince him. Their minds have been captured by the deep state, by the cabal. Hmm. So, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much evidence a film like this, people are just going to be able to shrug it off. Okay, until you have the physical evidence. I've said this for a long time. The ships appearing over major cities of the world, the motherships landing on the White House lawn or something like that. Which I know mothership couldn't land on the lawn, but help me out. What's another question we could put to this?
So I mean, like the two of Pentacles, that wouldn't be like 50% of the people would accept it. It would be like a 50-50. The ones that didn't believe it would say, "Oh, well, this is a possibility now." Would there be any kind of acceptance, like 50-50%? I don't
Well,
know.
see, that's what's got me hung up here. That doesn't seem right, does it?
It'd be a lot.
Oh, you think that's true? See, I tend to get caught up in my. I think because I've been believing it for so long, I think a lot of people. But what do you think? What are the? Let me ask Chat GPT how many people believe in the UFO, you know, stuff. What were you were gonna say something, Stacy?
I was just like, if they went into the thing going, I don't know, maybe they were kind of on the fence, like it's a possibility. I'm not really, but I don't really believe it. But maybe that movie would convince half the people that it was true. If they were already on the fence, maybe half the people would go, "Oh, I really." But if they weren't on the fence at all, and they went into that movie and they said, "I don't believe this at all," nothing's going to change their mind. But if they were already kind of on the fence, maybe they would change their mind. I don't know.
I got it, and I think you're right. It's like, hold on a second. It's like it's like 72 degrees here, and I turned a fan on me, and I'm actually shivering right now.
Are
So I
you
need.
cold?
Yes, I am. I'm shivering. I gotta turn my fan off.
We're cold for the opposite reason. It's like 20 degrees here.
I'm sitting here shivering. It's hard for me to think. Okay. Yeah, so this two of pentacles doesn't represent everybody. It's only the people who like of all the people who are on the fence, half of them already convinced. We just need the other half to come on board. So this is what I want to ask Chat GPT. And I'm gonna keep this only for America because this is kind of like an American the film, the colors are red, white, and blue. They're talking to people in the government. Catch my breath. Can you tell me of the United States population, how many people believe in the UFO UAP phenomena as being real, authentic?
As recent surveys, around 42% of Americans believe in UFOs, and about 30% think they might be alien spacecraft or life forms. This shows that a substantial portion of the U.S. population considers the phenomenon to be real or authentic.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot more than what I thought it was. Were you able to hear
Hmm.
that?
Most of it, yes. He said 40% and then
40%.
30%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40. Yeah, yeah. So that is about the 50-50. Maybe I got this wrong. Maybe that is saying that let me pull a couple more cards here and try to clarify this two of pentacles. Is this saying that because over here is completeness, this 10 and it's wands, which this is a paranormal phenomenon, which falls under the category of wands, I believe, because there's a spiritual element to it as well, not just technological. So let me see. Let me clarify this two of pentacles. All right. Well, it's another two, and it's a card of inclusion, of card of bringing two sides together. For example, that cousin of mine who
Mhm.
unfriended me and hasn't talked to me. It may, I tell you, if I were to ever get a call from him with an apology, not that my ego doesn't need the apology, but when you've been ostracized for something that you know is true, then it hurts, and you want to be accepted by your family. So and he is my cousin. We grew up together. We did so much together, and I do love him, but I can't talk to him because every time I talk to him, he freaks out every time I say something that's outside of his world view. But it looks like this could put to rest a lot of that animosity and create a new paradigm. This is the Hierophant, and this is, he represents the Pope. But and I'm not saying it's going to create a new religion, but it's going to create a new way of understanding our universe, which is what most people look to religion for, right? So this maybe this film is just the start of that.
Yeah.
All right. Any ideas for well, let's ask that. Is this film going to do that? Is it going to bring people together who have been I'm sure there are people out there can if you can monitor the chat. I'm asking people have you been ostracized by your family because you said that you believed in ETs and UFOs and shape-shifting reptilians in the government and things like that?
Hmm. We've heard a lot about the golden age, so maybe part of the golden age is the age of disclosure as well,
Well, absolutely.
right?
I've always thought it was part of it. The big thing is the zero point energy, which is what Tesla discovered 100 years ago, where that's what the pyramids actually are. They're energy generators and transmitters. Um, that and faster than light travel and gravi gravimetric energy. So, like, you would need, in order for something to do 50 Gs, that's like from a standstill to 25,000 miles an hour in 1 second, you would need what they call in Star Trek inertial dampeners. So when you're inside the ship, you don't feel any G's at all. And I also thought it was really cool in this documentary that they mentioned teleportation, which is something I really want to see. And that's
Hmm.
something that I have the hardest time wrapping my head around, it being possible. But when I heard Phil Godleski say it's possible, and he's, a very left brain thinker, he's a man of science and he's smart, then that gives me the permission to think of it as being possible as well. Okay, so this question is what kind of effect I just saw on my Facebook feed that this is the most downloaded or most rented streamed video on Prime ever, I believe they said. Maybe they said
Wow.
it was or documentary. I'm not sure what it was. But I've seen things like this come and go in the past, and they just never really went anywhere. So let's see if this is gonna have the effect that of giving a lot of people permission to be able to at least talk about it without being ostracized and ridiculed. Which anytime anybody ever ridiculed me for saying that I believe that ETs and UFOs are real, to me, they're the ones that look foolish, not me. That's the way I always looked at it. Okay, so what's going to happen? This card represents all of us who have been believing in it for all this time. Wheel of Fortune, that's momentum, and that's picking up speed. That's rolling forward. So it's going to give us some momentum in our. There's that Two of Pentacles again. Okay, that's good because this is where we are right now. That 40 to 50%. There's the Empress again.
Hmm.
And sure, oh, the Six of Cups, which is kind of like a childlike um openness, like probably just I bet if you ask children who are like old enough to understand if they believe it, 90% of them believe it. You know what I mean? It's easy for children to believe. And that's kind of what we need is to get back to that. And okay, the Knight of Swords. Swords represent truth, and this is almost an attack on the minds of the unwilling to believe. It's the evidence is becoming so overwhelming that they're not going to be able to stand against it anymore. Another sword, Queen of Swords, and a Two of Wands. So the Queen of Swords could be all those intellectuals who thought that they were too smart to fall for something like this. And I believe this is going to be bringing them down, bringing them into the fold. The Two of Wands is making plans for the future. So a new future based on this new information. So I've been wrong before. 10 years ago, I said I thought flat Earth was going to bust things open. By the way, if you're out there and you don't believe in the flat Earth theory, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Um, I think when you look into it, you're going to see whatever you, you want to see, and everybody's view is valid. Okay, because I don't want to alienate any people out there who hate the flat Earth. That's fine. I've gotten some people before who got mad at me because they thought I was trying to force the flat Earth on them. I'm not. It's up to you. Okay, so that looks good, and that's about all I got for this. Anything you guys want to add or questions you want to add? Let me check if I got any messages or emails or anything about it. Or in the chat.
Nobody's discussing it in the chat.
Let me take. Well, probably not many people watching this right now because I didn't really advertise it much. Okay, I'm just checking messages here, see if I got anything relevant. Okay, so I kind of gave it away a little bit at the beginning of this, but I didn't want to say too much because I don't want to get in trouble. And I'm not worried because I'm going to share this film with you. Um, and I'm probably going to break some rules to do it, but I feel justified in doing that. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to end this, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to start a members only. Now, unfortunately, I've decided to keep this for 5D intuitives and beyond because I think it's worth it. All right. I'll be coming over to look at the chat. MJ Squirrel's there listening. Yeah, there's yeah. So people will be able to see this in the reruns. Oh, so let me make this quick announcement. If you would like to be a part of this watch party that I'm going to have tomorrow night, then here, let me show you how to do it. Then what you want to do is share my screen. Share. Okay, so you'll see on your YouTube channel, there's a join button right here, and you have to click this one. Mine says 80 bot. That's not dollars, that's bot. But for you, I believe it's $4.99 to join 5D Intuitives. 5D and 5D and beyond will be the ones who will be able to join this um, Zoom meeting. So I won't be doing this on YouTube because then maybe they would give me a strike or something. So I don't want to take that
Right.
chance. So I'm going to start. So, but that's where you're going to get the link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the, well, actually, I'm going to start the members only right now, and I'm going to tell you the details of how to do it. Okay? All right, and that's it. I want to thank you guys for listening, and this is exciting times we're in, and I've been waiting for this, like I said, since I think when did Chariots of Fire come out? I think it was 76 or 77. I walked out of that theater absolutely convinced, because I'd heard stories about UFOs forever, and now here we are. I'm how many years later? 40, 50 years later. I never would have thought it would have taken this long for
Right.
any type of progress to come out like this. Before I go, let me ask anybody out there, including you guys, had any sightings, UFO sightings before? Gonna
For
look at the
years,
chat here.
years and years.
You want to tell us about it?
Well, when I really knew that what I was watching up in the sky was definitely not human made was after 9/11 happened and everything in the United States was grounded, but I was still out on my porch watching lights flying around. And just last year around this time is when I had confirmation that somebody up there is watching over me because he danced in the sky for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we mentioned that one of the things they could be spiritual beings, and I've had three UFO sightings in my life. The first one was in the mid 90s, and I had three other people with me who saw them. And now I know what they were. They were TR3Bs. Oh gosh, now I got the moniker wrong. Anyhow, they're triangles with three lights in the corner that are white and a red light in the middle. TR3B. That's what it is. TR3B. And those are retro-engineered technology, government technology. There were seven of them, and they were flying in formation. And we saw two groups of them. Uh, I went on a 1 year mission after that. This was before the internet, so this was like 93. And I going to libraries. I went on a radio talk show and talked about it, trying to find people, and just for 1 year could not find any rational explanation for it at the time. Okay, so that was the first time. Um, the second time was right after my father passed away, and I was still grieving. And I was standing on the balcony of my second floor townhouse, looking towards the east, and it was a gray sky, and the clouds were really low. And I thought it was really strange that I thought I could see a star, and it was twilight, it wasn't even completely dark yet. Then I thought to myself, well, that can't be a star because the clouds are too low and it's not even nighttime yet. And suddenly it accelerated towards me and went directly over my head. And it was very tiny, kind of looked like a diamond. It was flashing red, blue, and the colors of the rainbow. And I'm convinced that that was my father in his what's called a Merkaba or a Merkaba. Um, so that was pretty cool. So sometimes they are just spiritual beings like that. And then the other one was the massive triangle I saw that was over the Chetty. If you see the front page of my YouTube channel, you see that Chetty. That's about half a mile from where I live, and I was lying in my pool looking in that direction, and I saw this triangle. There's a YouTube video of it. Unfortunately, my battery was low and I only got it for 5 minutes, but you can clearly see the triangle there. And they even communicated with me because at first it was just an outline in the clouds of a perfect triangle, equilateral triangle. I mean, all the sides were the same. And I said, that shouldn't be there. And I said, maybe that's a ship. And I said, if you are a ship, will you show me part of yourself? Just as I thought that, the clouds kind of cleared from the tip of the triangle, and I could see a slate gray, featureless surface behind it, which to me was also not only confirmation that it was real, but that they were listening to my thoughts. So I was able to have telepathic communication with them, which I thought was pretty cool. Sheree, do you have any? I mean, not Sheree. You already said yours. Stacy, and I don't see anybody in the chat with any.
I was talking away and muted.
I know. It's like
No, nothing much significant though.
one of these days, I'd like to take a trip to Gilliland, James Gilliland. I think that's it. I know that's his last name. He has a ranch somewhere where he pretty much guarantees that you can see him if you go there. So that's about it,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you very much to the people who were in the live today, and those of you watching the replay. I appreciate you as well, and my special appreciation to Shannon Tara for her $10 Canadian. That's going to put me over the top, so I'll get paid next month. I appreciate it. All right, and thank you to Stacy and Cherie for keeping me company. And I'm going to go over and
Happy
start
Thanksgiving.
the yep, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And I'm going to go over and start the other um, members only, where I'm going to give you details about how you can join the watch party. And by the way, I'm going to start doing a watch party every Friday night. And I'd like you guys input if there's any movies that you would like to see that you're unable to see, you can't find them for whatever reason. I can find pretty much any movie you want to see and show it. Okay. You guys got any ideas for a movie you would like to watch as a group? Stacy or Cherie?
I'm into half-naked men with swords and dragons, so you know.
I'm kind of trying
Can't
to.
help
I
it.
want to keep it more like films that will enlighten. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured
I
that.
recently
That's why I
watched,
put a whole lot of
I think it was like The Men Who Stare at Goats. Did you ever watch that one? Scott?
Oh yeah, in fact, I just rewatched it not too long ago. That's a pretty good one.
It was kind of
Um,
eye-opening. I was like, oh wow,
it's
they're actually talking a lot of stuff here.
yep, yep. And when I started thinking about this yesterday, for some reason, this film came to me from 1995 called Powder. And I'm guessing many of you have never heard of this movie.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
And I don't want to spoil it because I think if nobody else comes up with a film, I think this is the one I'm going to show next week. Basically, it's about a human being that's born as a 5D individual. And it's kind of like it's supposed to be like what humanity's evolving to be. And it's a great movie. I think maybe unless somebody else votes for something else, then I think that's what I'm going to show. All right, so thanks a lot, everybody. I am going to end this now, and I'm going to go over and start the members only. Okay, and then I'll put the anyways. I'm going to so I can give you details on how to join this watch party tomorrow night. All right, goodbye. All right, and you